Days of Our Lives Jada and Gabi's wicked plot to take down EJ, by any means. Days of Our Lives week of March 10th preview Johnny's horror over EJ's buried crime, Grandma Teresa's meltdown. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers show that Jada Hunter and Gabi Hernandez both furious at what has been done to Rafe Hernandez, and they know EJ Demera is to condemn. Indeed, if they do and have any evidence. The big question is whether they're going to break many laws themselves. Will Gabi and Jada color outside the lines to take EJ down? Perhaps. Let's talk about how they can make him pay. Days of Our Lives Jada's legal boundaries and EJ's responsibility. So, in a recent interview, Elia Cantu, who plays Jada, said that her character may bend the law. It'll be to make sure EJ is held responsible for what he's done. The problem is, right now, Rafe does have a lot of his recollections back. But not the bones they need. Lucky for EJ, all of Rafe's recollections from the point he first saw Arnold Feniger to now have been wiped out by the medicine. Still, you know, Rafe might get all his recollections back, if Gabi and Jada are patient however. But Ralph promised Kristen Demera that the new formula CRS-17 will permanently wipe recollections, and they can't be recovered. Indeed, with hypnotism. I mean, really, Rafe could always fake it and lie and say he's got recollections of the effects that EJ did to him. And about Arnold and all that. But faked recollections would be hard to use against EJ. Because he might be suitable to fluently refute them because they're not real recollections. And EJ would know that Rafe was lying. Gabi's gun and EJ's tumbling house of cards. On another recent day's occasion, we saw Gabi pull a gun on EJ for the alternate time in a week. She was really ready to shoot him. Thankfully, JJ Devereaux showed up and stopped her. And let her know the real Rafe is down at the jailhouse, that it's not Arnold, it's her family. That got EJ off the hook for the moment. But he's upset his house of cards is about to come tumbling down because of this Rafe mess. With someone shooting EJ soon, I mean, Gabi's got to be a top contender since JJ saw her with the gun, and Sophia Choi, Rachel Boyd, Tate Black Amy, and Paulina Price all saw the first time that Gabi pulled a gun on him. Of course, that's going to be problematic once EJ is bleeding out on the bottom. Jada's suspense and the quest for justice against EJ. But we're not there yet. Right now, Jada is still not back in her old position because of the word that fake Rafe handed over that EJ created to criminate her, saying that she was a dirty Bobby. Since Jada is suspended from the force, she's in the same boat as Gabi, just an angry citizen, not with an emblem. They're both furious at EJ. They're certain he's shame-faced. And they're enough much ready to kill him for what he did to Rafe. On the else side, Jada does have her man back. And she's going to take him home soon, and her engagement with Rafe should be back on. But I suspect the marriage is presumably going to stay until they figure out what to do about EJ. Days of Our Lives Arnold's return and implicit substantiations against EJ. So, one thing going against him is that Rafe did see Arnold in the Demera mansion right ahead all his recollections go black. EJ could say, you know, that's not true, allowing there's no evidence. But the hairs that Gabi yanked out of Arnold's head surely proved that Rafe's ringer was back in Salem. It's the only place she could get it. And that helps substantiate Rafe's statement that he saw Arnold. Alright, next we're going to see if anybody differently in Salem knows about Arnold that could help make a case against EJ. However, Sean Brady set up the stripper that slept with Arnold, if you flash back. And she said that she was calling him Rafe, but also he said call me Arnold because that's my real name. That being said, she's not the most believable substantiation given her profession, not that it's illegal. But the whole resting with people for plutocrat part is. Rita's fidelity and implicit temptation tactics. One person who could completely hang EJ out to dry is Rita, the crazy Demera hand that's doing his dirty work with him and for him. But I do and suppose she'd vend EJ down the swash unless they figure out she's involved. And they try to flip her so she can avoid having charges pressed on her. You know, Rita is a Demera patriot like Rafe, so I just missed out anything could get her to flip on EJ, no matter what Gabi or Jada tried to talk her into or hovered her with. One person who could really make the case is Arnold. But Rita promised she came up with an endless result to deal with him, so before she could tell EJ exactly what that meant, they were intruded. We're all kind of wondering, hopefully we'll find out soon. Kristen knows a little, but not the whole story. And she's not going to rat out EJ because she's just happy that she's not being fulfilled for Rachel Black's hijacking of Ava Vitali. Days of Our Lives lack of substantiation. This lack of substantiation means that Gabi and Jada may need to do some conniving and colluding. And find another way to take him down. Gabi mentioned on a recent occasion trying to betray a concession out of him. But she said he bandied her and he said right back at you. Perhaps Belle Black could try that. She's the only person that could presumably get in his bed and try to betray information out of him, although if you flash back, she did try to trick EJ the other day, but he didn't fall for it. Still, if temptation is the only way to go, Belle would be the likeliest person unless they use the stripper, but she doesn't feel like EJ's type. Days of Our Lives fake substantiation, ranting, and the impending firing. Since Jada knows that EJ created fake lines on her, well, Jada might turn around and produce some fake substantiation to use against EJ, turnaround fair play, and all that. Don't forget, the DiMeras have great attorneys. I suspect we're about to see a whole bunch of Gabi and Jada raving to each other on Days of Our Lives. And also to Rafe that they can't find anything to nail that haul EJ for hijacking Rafe and holding him internee since New Year's Eve. While I do suppose they're going to compass and cook up some plans, I suppose Jada is going to end up frustrated. And so will Gabi. Indeed, crossing lines and playing as dirty as a DiMera may not be enough to nail EJ, and that's when I suppose the firing happens. I suppose that's why it turns into a whodunit, because all this is setting the stage. Not only do Gabi and Jada want EJ penalized, so does Rafe, so does Belle. EJ has a huge list of adversaries in Salem, from the mayor Paulina to half the city, if not further. I do suspect EJ's firing comes after Gabi and Jada plot and plan and scheme and try a bunch of different effects, but still and take him down. That's going to make both of them look like suspects when EJ's life is on the line. And he's bleeding out on the DiMera living room hairpiece. Rachel's accidental firing and the ladies as suspects. According to my leaker, who has enough good but not a perfect track record, it could be little Rachel who accidentally shoots her uncle, but right now the person that everyone has seen with a gun in their hand aiming at EJ is Gabi. Jada was right at her side the first time it happens. And has been seen talking to her and conspiring. That's not a good look. All this conniving could make the two ladies look like suspects in his firing. We've to wonder if EJ gets taken down or if he takes them down with him. Days of Our Lives week of March 10th preview Johnny's horror over EJ's buried crime, Grandma Teresa's meltdown. Days of Our Lives spoilers exercise videotape for the week of March 10th to 14th reveals that Johnny DiMera will face the horror of EJ DiMera's buried crime. Grandma Teresa Donovan will also have a meltdown, so let's talk about what's coming up on Days. Days of Our Lives' daily promo kicks off with Sean Brady admitting to JJ Devereaux that he slept with Jada Hunter. After Sean explains the tricky circumstances, JJ will wonder if Jada's going to tell Rafe Hernandez. Jada didn't really cheat since she completely believed the engagement was out when she hooked up with Sean. The blame should be on EJ for carrying out Rafe's exchange with Arnold Feniger and putting Jada in that situation. Rafe may be thrown for a circle if Jada admits to sleeping with Sean, but he'll presumably understand in the end. Honesty is the stylish policy then, so let's stopgap. Jada gathers her courage and makes a concession. Speaking of admissions, Tate Black will make a big bone when he admits to Teresa that he got Sophia Choi pregnant. Teresa will have a total meltdown over the baby and the fact that she's going to be a grandmother. Although Teresa may suppose she should have been informed sooner, Tate and Brady Black may argue that there was nothing she could do in captivity. Nonetheless, Teresa is a free woman now and will surely have many effects to say to Amy Choi as this day's plot heats up. Over with Stephanie Johnson, she'll grunt to Alex Kyriakis about Joy Wesley conceivably being pregnant with his baby. Joy will eventually get the gestation test results she's been staying for and make an important advertisement, so stay tuned for updates on her news. Other Days spoilers say Roman Brady will advise Johnny that he has no idea who his pater really is. Johnny won't suppose EJ is as bad as Arnold the robber, but Roman will inform him that EJ is shamefaced of the same crime. Kate Roberts Brady will drop another stunner on Johnny by attesting that Sammy Brady was the woman EJ ravished. Johnny will ultimately realize that's how he was conceived, so he'll blow his top and get ready to defy EJ. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Johnny's world will be changed ever, so we'll pass along further prognostications on the fallout of this secret's exposure. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.